Thank you. Come in, please, please. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for such a numerous audience and the chance to be here. Come on and please close the door. We will have very intimate moments. Come on. You are joking. That you think like you are laughing because we will have. Let's wait a second. Meanwhile, just who we are or where I'm come from. I'm a data lead at Vectornator. We are building an illustration application for Apple devices. You should try it out. So if you are looking for a hobby, if you don't know what to do, check out an Apple Store, check out our website. It's really fun. First, it's intimidating because you can do so much things. You need a different logic to build, and then when you get used to in raster tools, but it's very no. Back. Oh, yeah. OK. Now it's working. So we are building this application. We have some analysts. And if my original idea was to talk about the challenges of product analytics, then I recognize that I've got only 20 minutes, and you know the challenges better than I do. So I would like to provide a kind of framework, a role to cope with these challenges. So first, let me ask who is an analyst in this room? 1, 2, 3, 4. The others, data scientists, engineers, product people. I hope I can provide something with all of you. So who is an analyst? What do you think? Who thinks an analyst do analysis? No one. No one thinks that. That's a good thing. Who thinks that dashboarding, building dashboard, is a part of the job? 1, 2, not many. Extract, transform, load, ETLs. It's kind of could be part of the job. Who thinks that data modeling is a part of an analytics job? No one. No, a couple of things. I think we are on the right track because I think this is not what an analyst do. What an analyst do, in my point of view, is consultancy. We consult. We enable our stakeholders to make better business decisions. And what we do is sharing what we've learned. We are the anti-secret agency. You know how a secret agency works. From the movies. Some of us, maybe even from our life, knows how a secret agency works. And how an anti-secret agency works is completely different. It's the opposite. You had the data. Data is always in a context. It's never standalone. It's not like product data, customer data is just standing alone. There's a context around it. The events we set up, the users, the markets, their education. So we gather it, we analyze it, we build insights, right? We don't do analysis. The analysis is a part of the job, but we deliver insights and we share this knowledge. Share the knowledge for the sake of the company, for the sake of our team. So let's go through this kind of funnel of analysis. And start with which data. But no. Let's start with the context and where the data sits, where our job is in this analysis process. I think the very first thing that you should do as an analyst is develop empathy towards your users. Learn from your colleagues, UX, researchers, survey your users, ask your designers how they are using, because you can have a mental concept of the user and how they are using your product, but it can be different. The very same artistic impression, like this badass Mad Max woman, could be reached in many different ways, even in Vectornator. You can trace it, so you can have a picture and then draw a vector graphic design over it. You can use an ML algorithm to auto-trace it, so it's do the tracing for you. You can use brushes, you can use pens, you can use color pickers, and so many tools leading to the very same image. But you don't know what makes a successful user if you don't ask your teammates. As an analyst, from the data, you will never know that. And you should develop an empathy towards your stakeholders as well. So what is the purpose of the analysis? What is the deadline? We should form a team. Those who are analysts here can remember those moments when there's a Jira card, we should analyze this. There's a very specific analytic question. You jump on it, you crunch the data, you do your Python notebook or wherever, you deliver the analytics, and recognize that this was actually not the question. You told your stakeholder that what is the proportion of Chinese users over the new ones registered in the last week, that maybe he or she is not after that. So you should form a team. You should have empathy. So the next time you meet your stakeholders in the corridor, just hug them and tell them that I'm your friend, I'm your therapist, I'm your priest, I'm your lover. I told you are laughing now. Why we are lovers? Because we are interested in the problems, don't let them sleep. We are interested in their problem, the real problem, and not the ones that, what is the proportion of the new users in China, or what are the biggest markets? The problem is that why the Chinese users' engagement is different than the US one. And then you together can work on the data, collect that. As I mentioned, you got your other stakeholders, your researchers, your UX people, your designers, and ask them that what could lead it. Is it the educational system? Is it something missing localization? Is it something that, for example, missing tutorial which works in English but not working in Chinese, or things like that? But you have to have the data. Just not guys being a lover, you should have data. My recommendation is have it all, then you will have the current one, surely. So I would prefer extra cloak transform over extra transform and load. The storage is currently cheap. Maybe the data scientists won't agree, or data engineers won't agree with me, but in at least data analytics, the scope is smaller. So build specific, well-defined data models, have a warehouse, because you can reuse them. You can save time on that. You can iterate. It will really help you lower your turnaround times on these data requests. And data is not equal to analysis. And analysis is not equal to insights. So don't just summarize figures, study them, form your hypothesis, and deliver those insights. And what insights? Or how to deliver those insights? It's up to your company, it's up to your stakeholders, it's up to your taste, it's up to the culture of your company. The challenge is that you should find the very best way to address. You know, we suggest a competition for the audience. Use a medium that is consumed. If it's Slack, if your people are using Slack, then write your analysis in Slack. And the learning goes to the title. Later is the very first sentence. Because people don't read. They don't read. They don't read Confluence pages. They won't read emails. They will read very small messages, like in political communications, just like pushing what you want to do. So if it's not shared, it's not done. So if you're not sharing what you've done, maybe it's very good. It's something to present in these conferences around data people. We can tell that how good we are in Python, but no one will care about my Python code. They will care about my insights I deliver. And if it's not shared, it's not done. So it's bad. I should have go to the gym and spend those time there. If it's not remembered, it's not done. People are not interested in the figures. No one will remember that what was the growth of retention last week. They will remember the story you tell. And those emotions arose from those stories. So write your insights, your learnings into a story that's worth remembering. Celebrate your team members. Tell them. They will remember how awesome we were. That kind of good project we had. What fun we had when we were delivering. I don't know. Or increase retention by 20%. How that felt. That they will remember. And of course, educate your audiences. Close your eyes for 10 seconds. Only 10 seconds. Close your eyes. Close your eyes, please. And imagine a date, whoever you want to date with. Imagine a date in a language you can't speak. How your date went? Awkward? Uneasy? Intimidating? This is how your stakeholder feels when you are talking about variance. And like things like standard errors or medians or averages. So you should spend time on educating them. This is an investment that will yield a lot, where you will reach a state when you can communicate without words, right? And then we can talk about tooling, of course, because we need to talk to deliver. Just not like okay, we've got the data, we've got the insights, but we need to reach those insights. So we should do tooling, but we shouldn't do tooling for the sake of tooling. We have data engineers who are very good in tooling, but we are data analysts. Spend your time on analysis. Spend your time on consultancy. These are very exciting challenges, the tooling stuff. Everybody likes writing Python code and SQL code and building data models, but this is not, again, not something that makes you a good analyst. So do the tooling for the sake of yourself, for the sake of accuracy, for the sake of efficiency, for the sake of saving time to spend on consultancy. There are many options. So you can buy what you can buy, and don't develop it. Don't host that you can buy. Of course, there are many different setups, and I know that in the banking industry it could be different. So it's not just something I'm hosting in the US from here or whatever. But if you can save time on these investments, then do that. And there is a team needed for delivering these insights. Don't forget to measure your competencies. Understand that what your team is capable of. Because that's the starting point. That's what I can do, what we can do, what kind of data engineering stuff we can do, what kind of data visualization we can do, what kind of tools we can use. These are very important because you need to know the gaps in your skills. So what you want to fill when you are hired the next analyst, you should know that the profile. I'm always looking for people completing me, not the ones like me. Maybe I can talk, but I'm not good in the actual work, then I will hire somebody who's doing the actual work. And I can still go to conferences and talk. And again, hire when your stakeholders hire. You remember being a lover. So honestly, how many persons you can be the lover of at the same time? No shaming. 1, 2, 2 is a definite stretch. Sometimes 1 is even too much. Who says that's 3? No one, no one. The camera is taking me, so you can raise your hand. So higher when you hand. I did this mistake at Vectornator that I saw that, oh, we are hiring marketing VPs, we are hiring CTOs, we can hire that and that, and the other positions. And all right, I've got my team is well set up. And then once later, we were just overwhelmed with data requests, and we were just focusing on delivering, which is taking time from education, taking time from consultancy, taking time to delivering the insights. So this is actually wasn't a good setup. My last note that you may consider: never, ever underestimate your team's talent in breaking things. Even if you are hiring the very best talent, even if you are hiring passionate analysts, very good consultants, they are human beings in a very complex environment. They will make mistakes. You will make mistakes. So from the very beginning, start monitoring your work. Clarify the ownership of these things. That's what's happening. What is the protocol when something fails? You have to have a strategy. You have to have data strategy. You have rules for mitigation these issues, the clear path of escalations, fixing. We are working, for example, with Apple Store. So whenever there's a fix, there must be a new release in the Apple Store. So you should bear in mind. And it can lead to issues like, OK, the fix goes in the next release. And there is another bug, so the release won't go out, and your tracking remains broken for a month. It shouldn't be the case. So monitor, take the ownership. If no one else taking the ownership, you should take the ownership. And you stop. Thank you for your attention. Check out Vectornator.io. You can see what you can do with the tool. Maybe it's a new hobby for you. Maybe it's a new career for you. Or maybe you want to join this passionate team. There's no opening at the moment, but feel free to write me in LinkedIn. We are always open to have a chat. Thank you very much again. I'm very happy to be here, and I really hope that you enjoy the conference the way I do.
Stay here. Maybe we have some questions. That's why I stopped you. So maybe we can just...
OK. I hope all professional.
Yeah. Maybe we can just see if there are any questions in the audience. We have one.
You said you should always pay for a service you can...
Buy, yeah.
So, what if you're...
Maybe you can just take the mic, please.
Yeah,
Thank you.
What if you're a starting company without the resources to buy everything? You know?
I think it will be still cheaper, like setting up something like you said, the startup packages. Like we are using, for example, CDC, we are using Hevo, but then you can see your open source solution as well, Airbyte, but don't develop something for CDC because there are many other options there. And as far as I know, it's still cheaper because if you are investing your time, at the end of the day, will be always more expensive than what you buy.
Thank you.
Great one. Do we maybe have another one? Don't be shy. No? OK, then I'll set you free. I'll set you free.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.